Hello, my name is Karthik Atyam and I'm the head of product at Aurora Scheduling. Aurora Scheduling is a product by Stottler Henke Associates and we focus on construction scheduling solutions. Globally, labor productivity growth has averaged only 1% in the construction industry. As you can see on this chart, the productivity growth in the construction industry has lagged behind many other industries. But I will focus on the manufacturing industry here. Industries like manufacturing have leveraged resource loading and resource scheduling to significantly increase productivity. While the construction industry is lagging, studies have shown that acting in 7 areas can boost productivity by 50%. I will focus on 2 of those areas today: improving on-site execution and infusing digital technology and advanced automation. Global labor rate and productivity aside, we're all here to focus on maintaining and improving margins. And margin improvement can be directly linked to the standard project management triangle for construction. And that includes scope, schedule, budget, and quality. Today, I'd like to discuss the challenges and opportunities in scheduling and its implications on the other aspects of the PM triangle. A PMI study identified that approximately 12% of average construction budgets are wasted due to poor project management practices. Projects are 2.5 times more successful when proven project management practices are used. These include schedule management, clear, effective communication, and sponsor support. Today, we'll explore these topics and discuss tools to best implement effective change. Project managers, schedulers, and executives all want simple, streamlined solutions to better view, edit, and update their projects. The most common industry standard scheduling tools were built decades ago and are rarely updated. These tools provide the basic needs required for construction teams, but they do not allow for collaboration, deep analysis, and automated workflows. Industry experts agree. 3 key items are critical to improving productivity rates and increasing margins. We've spoken to teams in more than 30 construction companies and studied survey results and heard the same answer. We want an intuitive, collaborative solution that simplifies our workflow. The next generation construction tools that you integrate into your projects need to have these characteristics. At Aurora Scheduling, we have built a simple yet powerful web app to support this goal. I will continue to discuss core project management concepts and their effect and refer to this web app for visualizations. Limited resources need to be tracked to understand how to optimally use them during project execution. Limited resources for construction projects are typically categorized as labor, capital, and land. There are different types of labor that should be resource allocated. For example, specialized skills that are limited, ability to operate an excavator, maybe concrete finishing or foundation installation operators. Also, it's important to track certified trades or labor union limitations, maybe certified OSHA oversight, fall protection, or crane operations. And this is especially important with the distinct shortage of construction labor and talent in most major cities. Another type of resource to analyze is capital. This can include equipment like cranes, dozers, and specialized tools that are hard to access and are expensive. And the last type of resource that has value to be included in a schedule is land or location limitations. This is an especially serious consideration during the current COVID-19 pandemic and the need for social distancing. In addition, when it comes to working in small spaces, it can be important to limit work in each area to up to 1 team at a time, so we don't have excessive overlap. Resource allocation and assignment of limited resources is vital to effective project execution. Without tracking these limited resources, a schedule is simply a best case guess because resources may be over-allocated at times. Assigning, understanding, and resource leveling a schedule is a necessary next step. This will at least deconflict any over-allocated resources and provide a reasonable estimate of schedule completion time. This is what effective construction project managers do today. and I'd like to talk to you about what we can do tomorrow. By taking optimization algorithms from other industries, we can greatly improve construction schedules. This is an opportunity to take a leap forward in productivity, which results in significant cost and time savings, thereby increasing our margins. Instead of continuing the industry standard of simply resource leveling a project schedule, you can now resource optimize it. This means using scheduling computer algorithms that analyze your existing projects with scheduling heuristics. The resource level schedule may be the fastest path to completion, but there's no certainty without considering alternative completion paths by attempting to optimize that schedule. Here's a simple example. As you can see, a process can take two paths. It can go from A to B to E, or A to C to D to E. Both paths need to be completed to finish the project. The tasks in purple require resource 1, while the tasks in white requires resource 2. Current scheduling solutions will effectively flip a coin to choose if task B or C should occur after A. This could result in either the long or the short schedule completion while using the same amount of resources. These products do not consider the impact of the decision. Aurora Scheduling does. When scaled up to hundreds or thousands of tasks, the implication of a wrong prioritization decision becomes much more significant, especially when there could be a wrong prioritization of multiple tasks. Aurora Scheduling is the only product that resource optimizes your existing P6 or MS projects file. You can see how simple it is in our web app. You can load the project and then ask Aurora to optimize it. Aurora will return the result to you in under 60 seconds. You can then explore the changes that occurred through our animations and through the actual task orders and choose to accept or decline the new schedule. Changes to the baseline plan occur on every project. Whether this is caused by a site change condition, delay in material delivery, or owner input, these changes have significant impact. Currently, assessing the impact of these changes is in the hands of a single scheduler, project engineer, or project manager. But accurately assessing the impact of a single task delay in a 1,000-task schedule by hand is nearly impossible. Right now, you may get a back-of-the-envelope assessment of the impact, or you'll build a new model with a potential change and save it to a new file, and then maybe, if it's accepted, save it back to the master file later, a process that definitely introduces version control risks. We have found that there are 3 main items that construction teams want to assess quickly: task and milestone date changes, resource capacity changes, or working hour changes. One common cause of change and uncertainty is changes to task or milestone dates. These could be caused by a delay in material delivery, an opportunity to ramp up an additional labor subcontractor, delayed reviews from clients and engineers, or impending poor weather conditions. Proposed changes to tasks and milestones are very common. We've created a simple solution to quickly analyze these scenarios. You can see here that you can choose a task in your project, and you can enter a proposed new start or end time and submit the change. Then maybe you have another scenario in which you can change a different milestone. Say the engineering team is going to be incentivized to move up the review. So what does that change in this milestone mean for the impact to your project? Another important consideration is determining the benefit of modifying resource capacities. The impact of onboarding additional subcontractor teams, renting or buying additional equipment, or returning on-site equipment can be large. For example, if there is a lot of carpentry work upcoming and you want to understand the impact of onboarding another carpentry team, then Aurora Scheduling can easily analyze that situation. A frequently occurring consideration is also evaluating the impact of running overtime. Should the project move from 8-hour days to 10-hour days for 2 weeks, or work Saturdays for the month? What kind of impact will that have on upcoming milestones or overall completion time? As an example, we can consider the impact of adding 2 Saturday shifts on the overall project schedule and understand how that affects the overall completion time. These situations can be analyzed side by side if they're being compared against each other as alternatives. And the impact and the outcome can be easily seen and the appropriate next actions can be determined. Your schedules contain a wealth of value, but they can be very difficult to maintain. The current system typically includes weekly and bi-weekly foreman meetings to discuss 1, 3, and 6-week look-aheads. After the meeting, the GC scheduler will attempt to accurately document changes based on ongoing conversations. Alternatively, a GC may send a PDF of a copy of the look-ahead and expect feedback from subcontractors. Feedback may come in the form of text in an email, a markup of the PDF, or a verbal update. These approaches leave ample room for miscommunication, incorrect documentation, and unnecessary delays. Project productivity is driven by effective communication and recording those decisions efficiently. We have heard that there is a need for streamlined processes that will facilitate this communication and document the proposed changes, especially one that will tie back easily into the master calendar. We'd like to hear from you on how to best solve this problem and find the solution together. Although construction industry productivity has not increased on pace with other industries, we have an opportunity to change that. First, we have to test promising technologies. Second, we need to measure the impact of those new technologies on key metrics: reduction in staff time to track scheduling, shortened project completion time, higher margins, and increased sponsor engagement due to scheduling transparency. These are all key factors in improving project success. As we continue to implement project management best practices, I recommend reaching out to technology providers that can help you reduce frictions and streamline necessary workflows.
As a summary, I want to highlight the benefits of resource-loaded schedule optimization. First, resource loading your project schedule is necessary to have a reasonable schedule estimate. Otherwise, there can be many instances where, unrealistically, over 100% of available resources are required. Second, resource leveling will give you an estimate of when the project can be completed without over-allocation. But resource leveling algorithms on commercial products do nothing to consider what the optimized, shortest, or most effective schedule would be. Only resource-optimized schedules can do that. Aurora Scheduling will take your existing resource-loaded schedule and optimize it. We have shortened project completion times between 5 and 15%. This significantly lowers execution costs by being able to unload expensive resources and reducing the duration which overhead is needed. Imagine what even a 5% shorter baseline schedule means to you and how much value that will bring to your organization. This can happen without redesigning and redefining your existing process. Also, your schedule can now be transparent and visible to all stakeholders you want involved. No more PDFing and sending screenshots. Now your team can easily access and view the current status of the project. We are also looking forward to building out a communication and buy-in feature that will allow your subcontractors to buy into your look-aheads, implementing lean practices, improving communication, and saving team time documentation.
Again, my name is Karthik Atyam, and I'm the head of product at Aurora Scheduling. Please feel free to reach out to us at our info@aurorascheduling.com. We would be happy to talk to you about anything construction scheduling related and opportunities to improve your existing processes. Thank you.